The election will be here in just a couple of months. November will roll around, and one thing is more or less certain at this point. Of course, things could always change suddenly. That Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee. The word is still out on Joe Biden because right now, after his performance in the debate and then being interviewed by George Stephanopoulos, there are mounting calls for him to step down and to let someone else fill in the role. There are a lot of speculations that it would be Kamala Harris because she would be able to access his war chest, presumably all the money that he has raised so far running for president. If she was not, because she's already on the ticket, her name's already on there. If she was not chosen, then that money could go into what they call a super PAC, evidently, and it could be used for the 2028 presidential election. But for right now, it would not be usable by anyone else other than Kamala Harris if Joe Biden were to step down as the Democratic nominee. But the thing is, let's say, jump and fast forward what a new presidency, a new term for Trump would look like. It would be very, very different, starkly different from his prior term. And many of you guys have heard about Project 2025. And under Project 2025, they would be doing things like banning adult content. They would be outlawing a lot of programs, shuttering a lot of programs that help women in society, like, specifically designed for single mothers. And it would basically punish a lot of single mothers, and it would incentivize men to return to society in some ways. Trump, on the other hand, is actually doing something different called Agenda 47. Agenda 47 is similar to Project 2025. However, it has some very stark differences, and this is what he's actually outlined. This program, if implemented, would not only significantly affect women, it would lead to serious penalizations, not on just single motherhood, but it could also be restrictive on the rights and freedoms and privileges that women enjoy in Western society. So, Agenda 47, styled by the Trump campaign as Agenda 47, same thing, or Agenda 47, is a package of proposals that Republican candidate Donald Trump states he would implement if elected as the 47th president of the United States. So this would be the agenda, his actual agenda. So this is kind of like a manifesto. So Agenda 47 is what Donald Trump's 2024 presidential campaign calls their formal policy plans. According to the Trump campaign, it is the only official, comprehensive, and detailed look at what President Trump will do if he returns to the White House. Keep in mind, while he is not aligning himself with Project 2025, Project 2025 directly aligns with Trump. So he's trying to get reelected. He's not going to say all the things he's going to do outright, but Project 2025 will literally have all of the people like filling public roles of power right now replaced with hand-chosen Trump supporters. It will essentially begin chipping away at the welfare state, so the state that women use to serve to get access to benefits and aid and even things like healthcare. It could chip away at women's healthcare. It's very far-reaching, reproductive. It would chip away at reproductive rights more so than even the loss of Roe versus Wade. It would essentially result in a nationwide outright ban on the termination of gestation. So it is presented on Agenda 47 is presented on the campaign's website and a series of videos with Trump outlining each proposal. And if we look deeper at what it is, although Trump's campaign initially embraced other ideas like Project 2025 has aligned with Agenda 47, they're not directly promoting it. But there are some very serious coincidental points. For example, one of those things would be reissuing Executive Order 13957. The plans include constructing freedom cities on empty federal land, so creating new cities, investing in flying car manufacturing, introducing baby bonuses So increasing the population to encourage a baby boom. So guys, they're going to try to manufacture a new baby boom. This is insane stuff. They want to try to manufacture a new baby boom. And then, of course, implementing protectionist trade policies and over 40 others. That's a very important point. How are they going to encourage this? One of that is, and this is why I said that it does align with Project 2025, they're going to really crack down on, you know, it's going to become more of a pro, a celebration of life, if you get what I'm saying, situation. So it's going to end up going over on a national scale, pushing towards making it much more difficult to opt out of, um, say, if I want to keep it or I don't want to keep it, if you get what I'm referring to. So they're pushing for a baby boom, and this would have to push men back to society. This could again would again result in even pull back on things like WIC, so women, infant, children. Programs like those would potentially be seriously affected, and also single mother households would lose a lot of benefits. Women would lose a lot of aid to provide to pay for cover housing, food, electricity, even pocket money. A lot of these things would be gone as they would be trying to incentivize men to return to society, to rebuild the infrastructure, and to begin forming family units again. So it'd be very much a kind of a return to traditionalism, although it would be very difficult because a lot of women today have essentially put themselves out of the family unit. 45% of women will be childless and single come 2030, between the ages of 25 and 44. So that's the direction we are going in. And as a result, the only way to bring men back to society is to put men back on top and to give men a reason to participate in society. And you're not going to do that by punishing them. On the other hand, this thing is there's some serious, very big implications in here that are, as I said, are going to have very, very long reaching impacts. One of the proposals in Agenda 2020, Agenda 47 would impose mandatory control alt deletion on people who sell substances that are not allowed, and also people who move other people around, if you get the reference, as well as placing serious implications on people who manufacture illegal substances overseas. Trump would also deploy the National Guard to inner cities with high crime. So there's so many things here. It affects, there's the economy, propositions of enacting restrictions on Chinese ownership of infrastructure in the United States, including energy, technology, telecommunications, farmland, natural resources, medical supplies, and other strategic national assets, preventing all future Chinese purchases and forcing the Chinese to sell any current holdings. And proposition of universal baseline tariff on most foreign products, proposition of not bailing out failing banks, but unleashing energy production / regulations and repealing tax hikes that have come under the Biden administration with the hopes of reducing inflation. Yeah, guys, I mean, it's going to have very long reaching impacts for everyone. Now, not bailing out failing banks, that's going to be crazy, y'all. A lot of banks are going to be collapsing, guys. I think it's JP Morgan Chase. They've announced that customers may soon have to pay fees on their checking accounts, which is insane. So they on checking and savings, so they'll actually have to pay the bank to have their money in the bank, because there are new laws coming into place that prevents JP Morgan Chase from charging significant overdraft fees and chargeback fees. So because they're losing the income from those fees now, they're going to pass that on to the consumer. It sounds like total BS. And as such, consumers will likely soon have to start paying to keep your money in the bank. Guys, you know when people have to pay to keep their money in the bank? That's when you start experiencing negative interest rates. In countries where they have negative interest rates, you basically have to pay the bank to hold your money. So the value of your money begins to decline. This is some strange stuff, y'all. This is some strange stuff. Like, really, what it sounds like is inflation is so bad at this point, and the banks are so broke at this point that, as a result of the fact that, like, they can't pay their debts, and now they're going to start charging ludicrous fees to to keep your money there. Basically, it sounds very much like negative inflation. It really, really does. But a lot of people are saying that, that when Trump goes in, if he goes back in, he may never come back out of office, because this agenda sounds very much like the agenda of a king. What do you guys think regarding that? And by the way, if you're enjoying the content, guys, consider subscribing to my newsletter for my personal thoughts and insights. You can find a link to it in the description of the video. I release it every single week. So go check it out and subscribe to it. You can hear from me. You can hear what my thoughts are, and I can share things in there that provide a more intimate view into how I think reality is going. And it's really awesome. It's lit. Go and check that out. Also, I've built a new community, guys. I've built a new community for you guys on Locals. So you can go and join the Angry Guy community for exclusive content. I've got guides on there teaching you all kinds of things such as travel, building wealth. I've got exclusive videos for you on there. You can talk to me on Locals. You can, we can discuss various things about helping you guys to really grind and build the lives that you want, opening up your eyes and to many different views. So you can find a link to Angry Galaxy. That's the name of our community, Angry Galaxy. It's our Locals community. You can find a link to it in the description of the video. It's angrygalaxy.com, and that'll bring you over to our Locals. What do you guys think regarding all of this? He's going to be king. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Men are walking away, and cheers.